All right, so is it true that if you are a bodybuilder, you need to eat more protein? Or if you got this blood type, you got to eat like that. And if you got this blood type, you got to eat like that. And if you're blah, 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 there's all these different diets and all these different variations on our diet that people say that, you have to make sure that you do this correctly. And, if you got this disease, you must eat more magnesium. And if you got this disease, make sure you get enough blah, blah, blah. Does it make sense that we have to tweak and modify our diet to make it fit our lifestyle? Well, let's look at nature. Let's look at animals in nature and see what they're doing. When we do observe animals in nature, we can see that each species of animal actually has a species-specific diet, a diet that is optimal for them. So, depending on their anatomy and physiology, there is a diet that fits their bodies. And whether or not they're, in America or in Africa, those animals eat the same diet. There are several different blood types in cows. Cows have several different blood types, but they all eat the same diet of grass and herbs and that kind of thing. They eat the same diet, even though they get different blood types. And if you look at a racehorse versus a sedentary horse, for example, the racehorse is really fit, really muscular. Does the racehorse take care to get more protein? No. The racehorse just eats more grass because it's more active, and as a result it also gets more protein. So as you can see, that what changed from the sedentary horse to the racehorse there was no tweaking and changing of the composition of the diet. It was only a change in the caloric intake. Because it was more active, it was more hungry, and it ate more of total food, and as a result it got more of all the different nutrients. So this is really my point. Do we need, as an example, to eat more protein if we're doing weightlifting? And the answer is no. We do not need to change the composition of our diet, as in increasing only the protein fraction of the diet, which we can only do really by adding refined foods like protein powders, which are just empty nutrients, remember? Just like oil, just like refined sugar, protein powders are just protein and nothing else. So by adding that, we're really messing with the fine balance of nutrition that is in a whole food. And every animal in nature eats raw, whole foods as they appear in nature, right? Grains, they're bird food, birds, they love grains. Roots and tubers, that's for the pigs, the hogs, they dig down and they eat the roots. We humans, we are frugivores. We are primates, just like our cousins, the chimpanzee and the bonobo, and even the gorilla and the orangutan. They are frugivores. They subsist on a diet of fruits and tender vegetables. So really, the optimal food for humans are fruits, and to a lesser degree, tender vegetables. So if we follow our natural instincts and natural urges and look at different foods, the only food that really appeals to us in its natural state is fruits, and again, to a lesser degree, tender vegetables. So if we were to just eat as much as we want when we're hungry of those food in their whole, unrefined, raw, natural state, that covers all our nutritional needs actually. It might sound shocking if you haven't encountered that idea before, but it is actually true. It covers all our nutritional needs. So back to the original question, do we need to mess with the ratio of carbohydrates to proteins to fats to modify it depending on our activities, all right? If we're doing bodybuilding, do we actually need more protein? And the answer is yes, we do need more protein, but we also need more carbohydrates, more fats, more water. We need more of everything, because the increased activity of working out will increase our caloric requirement, which means we need to eat more total food. So we don't have to worry about anything. We don't have to tweak our diet. We don't have to, different blood types, different body compositions. Doesn't matter. As long as we're eating enough total food, we're getting all the nutrients we need in the perfect ratio, just like the animals in nature, Just like the racehorse eats the same diet as the sedentary horse, it just eats more food, and as a result covers its needs, which are higher than the sedentary horse because its metabolism is higher. And looking at fruits and vegetables, they typically average somewhere around 80% or more of calories coming from carbohydrates, and then less than 10% of calories coming from proteins and less than 10% coming from fat. And that seems to be also in accord with the general recommendations of most health organizations, that we should keep our fat intake fairly low and our protein intake fairly low and our carbohydrate intake high. And just for all you guys out there that think, oh, we need so much protein if we're bodybuilding. Well, a baby, think about a baby, a newborn baby grows, it doubles in size in a year or less. It doubles in size, it's building all those muscles, building all those organs, building all those tissues, growing. And it does so on a diet of breast milk. Breast milk contains about 6% of calories coming from protein, I've heard less even. Not much protein, but more than enough to double in size in a year. So do you really think, as a grown man or a woman, can you double in size in a year? Lean tissue? No way. No way. So even if you could, 6% of proteins would be enough, and that's pretty much what you get from fruit. So for everyone out there that talks about specific diets for specific people, if you've got this disease, you got to do this and that, and make sure you get enough of that nutrient. Don't think about that. Nature's got it all figured out. Every animal has a species-specific diet. The human diet is a fruit-based diet. If we're eating whole foods, all the nutrients are there in perfect ratio. We don't have to worry about it. Just follow our instincts, observe nature, look at the science too, which is pointing to the exact same direction. It's all about fruit. It's all about whole foods, raw foods. It's all about listening to our body, eating when we're hungry until we're full. It's really a no-brainer. We don't have to think about it. Remember, of course, that there are more to health than diet. You gotta get enough sleep, you gotta get sunshine, rest, all these different things. You can read about it actually on our website, sweetnaturalliving.com, where we listed the elements of health, some of them anyway. We also got a free e-booklet there about how to get started on the raw food diet, and we also offer health coaching if you need some advice. So go there, check that out, subscribe if you haven't done so already to our channel for lots of upcoming videos. So many ideas, we're just getting started. Thanks for watching, I'll see you around.